Hello career enthusiasts, welcome to our channel GermanyCation. I will teach you in 2 short videos how to succeed in the job interview. While the first video, part 1, is dedicated to preparation for the job interview, in this video, part 2, I will focus on the interview itself. My honest advice to you guys is to watch both videos, then you will be best prepared for the most challenging job interview. Let's imagine that you overcame the first hurdle and landed an invitation for a job interview. Remember what I taught you in my last video. Application is a selling process, and to crack the deal, the selling party has to be a bit more energetic regarding gestures, body posture, and being louder than the decision taker or buyer. In the job interview, you are a salesperson and are supposed to show more initiative and creativity. This does not mean that you have to play a role. This is the saddest thing that might happen. If you play a role in an interview of, let's say, a tough and extrovert personality, you will be supposed to play this role for quite a long time. Is it something that you want? Not being yourself? Thus, my recommendation here is not to pretend, but to show the highest motivation and initiative level that you might have. There must be a good balance in it too. I mean, listen carefully to what is being said to you and summarize important information and ask questions, not out of the blue, but regarding the points that have been mentioned. This shows that you pay attention to detail and are flexible and can grasp the key points. I think you know what I mean. The way to succeed in an interview is to open up, show who you are, and convince the interviewers. This does not mean that you have to present perfectly your resume and find witty answers to every question. Showing genuinely that in some areas you might need training or support is authentic and shows the interviewers that you are an honest and straightforward person. Working with you will be a transparent process. This might be a benefit in many positions where a superior would like to 100% trust every team member. Mind the fact that an interview in which no challenging questions have been asked and in which the hiring party did all the talking is not a good sign. It is a signal that either the decision has been already made in favor of someone else or the job opening has been cancelled. So try to find a balance between listening and asking questions that are directly linked to what has been said. In terms of questions, the worst mistake is to ask no questions when you are given this opportunity. You have to write them as a crucial part of the preparation for the interview. And it is perfectly okay to go through the list of your notes. As a side note, always take notes of key information, because in the second round you might be asked questions regarding the topics that were already discussed in the first round. But do not write too much, making an impression your memory is a sheet of paper. So, in terms of questions, please avoid asking general questions which show that you haven't done thorough research on the company or business. But do not be afraid of clarifying tasks, responsibilities, reporting lines, or tools you will be using in your daily business. These are good questions, especially if you ask them in a way that shows you already had some thoughts on it and just want more clarity. Like, for example, if I understood you right, then my primary role would be this or that, or the most challenging aspect of this position is so and so. Do not concentrate on too narrow details or ask too many questions. The hiring party will react professionally and will most probably give you the answers, but the interviewers will then think that you might lose yourself in the nitty-gritty and do not grasp the whole picture. If you ask me to give you an orientation, then I would generally say that asking about 4 to 5 questions in the job interview is perfectly okay. In doing so, you state your interest and take the chance of finding out the information necessary for you to make a well-informed decision as well. Please be cautious with such questions, for example, like the next career steps and salary. Though it might depend on the industry and the size of the company you apply to, in big companies you are, on the contrary, supposed to move every couple of years. In middle-sized companies there might be only a limited number of such positions. The hiring party might get the impression that you are not genuinely interested in the tasks of the job opening. Then be prepared to give an adequate answer to whether you regard this position as a transit zone to the next career leap. However, why not stating that you are interested in the position you apply for, but being passionate about professional and personal development? It is good to know middle to long-term career opportunities. This is fine. As regards the salary issue, then it is best to wait until you are asked to tell your salary expectations. First, the company has to decide whether you are the perfect match and make the first step. This will be a couple of days after the interview. Before that, and I suggest on the next day after the interview, to send an email stating your great interest and summarizing just in 1 or 2 sentences your strengths and the benefits for the company, and thanking for the opportunity to get to know the company and the interviewers. The next turn will have to be on the company's side, either inviting you for the final round or making you an offer. However, the situation is a bit different with the headhunters. Here you usually know the salary, or at least a possible salary range, from the beginning of the application process. What else is important to be well prepared for a job interview? Do serious research into salary. Often there are different salary levels for the same position in different companies, depending on the company size, responsibility level, and so on. So decide on your range. What is the minimum under which you won't go under any circumstances, and what is the possible maximum and your future perspective? Now I would like to draw your attention to a couple of most crucial formalities. An absolute failure is to appear too late for an interview. The first impression is then ruined. When it comes to the first impression, I would advise searching for any hints regarding the dress code. While it is okay to show your creativity and individuality in your outward appearance while applying for a job in a startup or a marketing position, it would be a mistake to assume that the same attire would be the best choice for an interview in, let's say, a bank. Take a look at the homepage of the company and its values. The answer to the clothing issue might be usually found there. And the last piece of advice regarding formalities: take notes while you get answers to your questions or when the hiring party tells you important figures and facts. Apart from showing the interviewers that you take this information exchange seriously, you may be very thankful that you made some notes, while you may be asked questions referring to this piece of information in the next interview round. Well, congratulations guys! You now know the most crucial aspects of preparation and succeeding in a job interview. You know that juxtaposing job description and your skills will bring you closer to the right mindset. Apart from that, making deep research into your skills and the company will make you confident. Additional homework will be to think of possible technical questions you might be asked, as well as thinking over and writing down your questions for the interviewers. You should also be prepared to tell a salary range and arguments for the salary level. Guys, there will be a separate video on salary negotiation, since this is a tricky topic. Please also watch our videos on salary in Germany. But for now, these tips are the most essential, and following them will bring you closer to a career breakthrough in Germany. So if you haven't subscribed to our channel, do it right now. If you like this video, hit the like button and activate the bell in order not to miss any video on similar content. Thank you for watching and commenting. Stay positive, be focused, auf Wiedersehen und bis bald.